Hi friends! Okay, so today my family is coming into town and I thought I would bake them a pie. So today we are going to make a raspberry buttermilk custard pie. I love making pies and my favorite pie recipe book is this one right here. It's sugar butter flour. It's actually from the musical Waitress. Please ignore the background sounds of my mother doing laundry. So let's begin, shall we? Yikes. We have a food processor. So if you ever baked a pie before, there's just like a regular crust, which is like sugar, butter, flour, and then water, and it makes a pie crust, which is pretty simple. But this pie calls for a different type of crust. It's a buttermilk pie crust. We're gonna make that first, and that takes a little bit because it has to chill, and then chill again, and then bake. You blind bake it first. So your pie crust is basically already baked, and then you put the filling in the pie, and then all is well. So, in the food processor here, I already started before I realized I wanted to film. So we have started with flour, sugar, salt. So I will put all of the ingredients and measurements in the description, and then you can bake with me if you want, while my mom does some laundry. Woo-hoo! I could be doing this wrong. I've never used a food processor before, but we're gonna try it out. Next, we need 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We have 4 tablespoons of butter that has been cubed and chilled. Right here. We're going to dunk that in. Oh, I love butter. So this is 1/4 cup vegetable shortening, cubed and chilled as well. We're just going to plop that in as well. Now, basically what we're going to do is we're going to pulse this until the mixture is crumbly and has kind of like pea-sized chunks of butter. Yes, I'll show you, don't worry. Here we go. It's not working. Why is it leaking? Why am I leaking? I love food processors. So now that that's done, we're going to, let me grab that. Ooh, that's thick. Looks like pancake batter. Okay, so we're gonna take 3 tablespoons of well shaken buttermilk, and we're going to put it in. So we're just gonna, it says to pulse it, but my pulser, I'm afraid is gonna everywhere. She's a little broken, so we're just gonna start in with a fork. Well, let's do this. Okay. So we're gonna take this bad boy, we're gonna put this in a bowl and try to stir it. We're gonna try to stir it until it forms into like a large clump bally guy. Aw, hi precious. Okay. I love you. Okay, so we're gonna put it in a bowl. Form a clump. Do it. Okay, so basically what this is so once you put the buttermilk into it, it kind of acts as like a bonding thing, so it should bond all of the dry ingredients together to make kind of like a clumpy bally thing, which is going to be your pie crust. And so basically how you can tell that this is ready is if you go in and you grab a piece and like kind of clump it together, and if it stays and it can clump, then you're good. If not, if it's like still kind of crumbly and like doesn't stay together, then you can add more buttermilk. Just do it 1 teaspoon at a time and then stir it and make sure that it is coming together. But it shouldn't equal more than another tablespoon. So at most you should have 4 tablespoons in the pastry. So mine is actually clumping together pretty nicely, just with the 3 tablespoons, so we're going to move on. Okay, so the next step that you're gonna do is you're gonna take some cling wrap or plastic wrap or whatever, and you're going to dump the dough into the cling wrap and just kind of like make sure that it's really solidified. So then you're going to flatten it into a disc, and then we are going to chill it for 30 minutes. So let's get started. While that is chilling, one of the ingredients that it calls for is raspberry vinegar. I couldn't find it in the store, so we're just gonna kind of improv and see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We are going to mush up some raspberries and then simmer that for a little bit with white wine vinegar. So I grabbed a handful of raspberries, and I think I'm just gonna kind of squish them together. But we're just gonna squash this and then add some more and then squash that, and then we're just gonna have some squashed raspberries. Great! Love that! Okay, so I did that. I don't know if this is the best way to substitute raspberry vinegar, so I'm just winging it, but I could be very wrong. As we all know from my hair cutting video, I am wrong about a lot of things. But yeah, if there's a better way to do this, let me know. I would love to know about it. I am young and stupid, and I would like to learn more about baking. So, sorry, I didn't mean to scream, sorry. Yeah, let's get this simmering. I'm just gonna take a small saucepan. So we're gonna take about 3/4 cup of white wine vinegar, which I got right here. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it, but I just did. That is a lot of vinegar. Love that for me. And then we're gonna add this bad boy in there. So we're not going to boil it. We are going to simmer. Not gonna let it boil. I'm gonna watch this for a hot second. Make sure it doesn't boil, because I don't think I know exactly what simmering is. Simmering a little bit more, I turn down the heat to low, and I think I'm just gonna let that simmer until I need it. We'll let that go. I will check on it every once in a while. Again, I don't know what simmering means. So little bubbles, I'm gonna assume is simmering. Should I put a lid on it? I'm gonna put a lid on it. I have a mat that I use for pie crusts, for rolling and everything, so it's a little bit easier to clean up. Instead of like having to wipe off all the extra flour, I can just kind of pick it up and throw it in the trash. So I got this at IKEA. I don't think it's for pie crusts. I don't know what it's for, but that's what I use it for. It also helps with rolling because it's like gripped, so it's easier to roll out the crust. So I'm just going to sprinkle this with some flour. The next step is we're going to take our dough and we're going to put it on the floured surface. We're going to put a little bit of flour on top of it just to get it rolling. We're going to roll it out into about a 9-inch disc so that it fits around our pie holder, pie tin, pie glass jar, I don't know what it's called. And then after that, we are going to place it in the pie tin. One thing that I like to do, because I'm not gonna measure out around 9-inch disc, is I just try to get it out as much as I can without it being, the pastry being too thin. And then I use my pie crust tin thing and I place it over flat and then give myself around 3 inches around, or around an 1.5 inches around each side leeway, so that way I know that it will fit, and then I turn. That's another great thing about this mat thing is it allows you to turn the pie crust and peel it away really easily. So I have never used this type of crust before. I don't know if maybe I did it wrong or if that's just like how this type of crust works, but I found that it was very crumbly and really hard to work with. I did have to do a lot of patchwork. So I basically just took some extra pie crust that I cut off from the base or the sides, and I just kind of tore it up and kind of worked it into the holes and cut around the excess sides. When we cut around front sides will leave a little bit of an overhang, and then you tuck that in, and then you do a crimping pattern. So we are going to put this in the fridge and chill it for another 30 minutes. Okay, so now that our pie crust is thoroughly chilled, we are going to blind bake it. So we're going to preset our oven to 350, which I already have done. And we're going to take some tin foil and put it in our pie and add some beans and make sure it's just like really flat in there to make sure, I don't know why we do this actually. Make sure the pie doesn't float away when it's baking, right, Mom?
Because otherwise the bottom of the crust will bubble up and you'll have an inverted bottom crust.
So I was right, so your pie doesn't fly away. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna put my pie into the oven, and I'm gonna put it in the upper third half of the oven. We're going to let it bake for 15 minutes. Then we are going to remove the beans and tin foil and bake for another 10 minutes. These beans smell. What? They smell like hot beans. Okay, I just have my mixer here. I'm going to use this one. I don't know if that's right, but that's what we're doing. And I'm going to beat 6 tablespoons of butter. Hello? And we're gonna do that with a cup of sugar. So we're going to let this get fluffy on high. Too high, too high, too high, too high. So now we're going to beat in the egg yolks. We just have 2 large egg yolks. We're going to beat in 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of our raspberry vinegar, a ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. There is vanilla in there, I promise. And a 4th teaspoon of salt. So my pie crust is actually ready now, so I'm going to take it out, put it on a heating pad or like a heat protected pad so it doesn't ruin my countertops, and then we're gonna let it cool to room temperature. So the mixture that I'm making here, it's actually a little bit pink, which is cool. I don't think it's supposed to be. I think that's just because I did actual raspberries and not raspberry vinegar. I don't know, but it looks cool. And the pie crust is a little gross looking, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. So, okay, so we're going to put this on low speed, and we are going to add a cup of buttermilk in a continuous stream and let that mix. So I'm gonna do that. So it says it's okay if it looks a little bit curdled, which mine definitely does. I'll show you. Okay, now I'm going to put it in this bowl. So we're gonna undo this. This looks really disgusting. I would just like to put that out there. So I think I'm just gonna put some cling wrap on this and stick it in the fridge. In the fridge this goes. So we are going to beat some egg whites. I have this balloon whisk. We are going to put in the egg whites, which are just the egg whites from the 2 yolks that we had before. So we're gonna do this on low for a little bit until the eggs start getting frothy, and then we'll pick it up to high so it forms peaks. By the way, my egg yolks are about room temperature, not quite yet. Yeah, she's done, I think. I've never done egg whites before because I'm allergic to egg whites. But now we're going to take the mixture and fold in 1/3 of this into that, and then fold in the rest. I'm scared. smells like yogurt. It smells like Greek yogurt. Wow, that's weird. We'll say about that much. We'll plop it in there and fold away. And this is to make it lighter and fluffier. The thing I'm concerned about is that it's very grainy. This has to go in the oven for 45 minutes. Will that melt all the sugar to not make it grainy anymore? Okay. Now we're gonna take the rest of the egg whites, plop it in, but softly plop it in. You're trying not to knock the air out of the egg whites. I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, don't follow me because I have no idea about anything. Oh, and by the way, whenever you took the pie crust out, leave the oven at 350. This will be what you bake it at. I don't know if this is gonna be good, Mom. Yum. Yeah, they said that it's okay if there's a little bit of egg white still showing, because you'd rather have little streaks than knock all the air out. So we're gonna put this in the pie crust, which is still a little bit warm, but we're gonna pretend it's room temperature. So I don't wanna wait. Okay, so we're going to put this in the oven and we're going to bake in the center of the oven for about 45 minutes. So let's do that. Oh, but first of all, this is not said in the thing, but I want to put tinfoil around the edges because I can tell my crust is still already browned a little bit and I don't want it to burn.
So let's get some tinfoil and put it on my edges.
That's not very good. Oh, it goes like that. Okay, that makes sense. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Am I doing it anyways? Yeah. That's just gonna slide right off. How do people put tinfoil on? That worked. Tinfoil does not like me. So this is what my little space pie looks like. Yeah, so we're gonna put this in for 45 minutes. I burned myself. So it has been 45 minutes. Actually, I got distracted, so it's been longer than that. I already took the pie out of the oven. So basically what you do is when it's been 45 minutes, you kind of wiggle the pie in the oven and see if it has a slight jiggle. Make sure it doesn't slosh everywhere or ripple, or just make sure it jiggles slightly. Then take a Q-tip, not a Q-tip, a toothpick, and then put it in 3 inches from the center, and then just kind of poke it in. And if it comes out clean, then you are bueno. Mine looks weird and I'm really scared. It looks like the moon. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think it's gonna taste good, but we'll see. So yeah, I just have it on a wire cooling rack so it cools to room temperature, and then I will make whipped cream, buttermilk whipped cream. Okay, just an update. So the reason I made this pie was because my family was coming in today and they're supposed to get here by like 5. But there's been a lot of rain here and it is now, I can't see that far, 11:30-ish, and they just got in. So I wasn't able to finish the pie tonight, and I didn't want to do the whipped cream topping before they got here just because it's like it has the chance of separating, which is not what I'm looking for. But the pie has deflated some. I'll try to show you. Just sitting out, it's definitely, some of the air has been knocked out. Here, I'll show you. The air has definitely been knocked out. It was a lot higher when it first came out, and I anticipated it to deflate a little bit, but like it's like really deflated. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna finish this video tomorrow. When we actually eat the pie, we'll probably have it for lunch or whatever, but I'll make the topping and I'll kind of show you. I probably won't be able to like explain it, but I might do a voiceover or something so you guys know what's happening. I just don't know if with all my family here I can just be like, okay, hey guys, so we're gonna whisk this milk together and make a frothy topping. I don't know. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so to make our whipped cream, we're going to take half a cup of heavy cream, half a cup of buttermilk, and 2 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. Then we're going to whisk that together to make soft peaks. Once that has happened, you're going to spread it on top of your chilled pie and put 3 cups of raspberries on top and sprinkle a little confectioner's sugar on it. So I swear this pie tastes good, guys. It was tart and sweet and really delicious, so don't let the weirdness fool you. I swear it's good. Anyways, make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!